Charlie Grant would have been.
How's that defensive performance compared to what you've seen early on this season?
You're really proud of the defensive effort. You guys know us. I mean, we feel we've got to get that locked down early. You look at Jamal Mashak's line, and it's not very impressive. But from our line, I mean, he was just dominant. Guarded every position on the floor, guarded their post player, and just does all the things that go into winning. And just his effort was great. I thought everyone effort defensively was there. Hard team to guard. They run really good stuff. We knew they were going to shoot a lot of threes. I knew there'd be a lot of long rebounds. I thought they competed hard. I really, you look at the stat sheet, people will look at Zakai's turnovers, but when they cut it to 9, he took the game over. And I thought really in the second half, I thought Felix settled in and did some great stuff around the rim for us. But a lot of good things. Got to get a lot better. Like every coach this time of year would sit here and tell you 2 games into the season. A lot of room for improvement. But really just our defensive effort was, and when they made the push to get back in it, we weren't very good. We got away from our scouting report and probably didn't play as hard as we needed to there, and which is a tendency sometimes with players when you get a lead. But again, when it got there, Zakai really responded with those threes.
Rick, with Chaz maybe going through it a little bit during practice yesterday, what would you think of his response and how he performed today?
Well, I mean, like I said, you guys saw practice. It wasn't one of his better days, and certainly he got tired of me getting after him. But the fact is, I thought the play of the game for him and his teammates was when he went in early and tried to dunk the ball left-handed. And he did respond, and we expect it from him. And he's got so much more. There's so much more to his game than he's put out there yet. And as a coaching staff, we've got to get it out of him. His teammates want him to give it to us, and they know he can. And but it's all new for him. I mean, think about it. This is a whole new level for him. Everything's new program in terms of, he came from an outstanding program at North Florida. Terrific coach there, Matt Driscoll, but they play totally different than we play. And so for him to try to pick up in a short time what Jamal Mashak and Zakai and really our young guys, they're going to be really good players for us. He's working at it, but I know he realizes it's a lot harder than he probably thought.
So Ryan and Mike, how encouraging was it for the offense for Zakai to have those struggles in the first half and still build have a bit of success?
Well, it was our defense. It really was. It kept us in there, and again, like I said, they really well coached basketball team and run hard stuff. They keep you moving, and sometimes our offense will sputter like that because you guys know Zakai. There's no one that's going to play harder on the floor defensively than him. He's normally doing it 94 feet. When you play that hard and you put teams deep into possessions like we do, I mean, we expect to get teams deep into the clock defensively, and when that happens, we're going to end up with some kind of ball screen, which probably 85% of the time he's the guy that's getting tagged. And for him to keep fighting through that and play with the stamina that he does is really impressive. But him losing the ball, again, you got to give them a little bit of that credit too, because they were attacking him pretty well, not giving him any gaps to get through. But again, it's a long game. Whether you're winning or losing, I just told him we got to keep playing regardless, and we did.
Mike Nuncio.
Rick, 2 questions. One, what did you learn and like about your team after Louisville did get within 9? And how valuable was what Kate Phillips gave you today?
Well, again, what we learned, like I said, we just went to a little horn set, put it in Zakai's hand, and he's done it many times where, they go under and play. He's not afraid to shoot. Now, he had a long one that, as the one that went in at the clock. You don't get many of those, but we did that to settle him down a little bit, trying to give him a chance to go either way he wanted to go. And but we think Cade has a chance. Our goal for him is to be another Jamal Mashak. That's our goal for him. And it's a lofty goal as a coaching staff, and it's a lot for him. There's no doubt he wants to do it, and there's no doubt he has the ability to do it. It's just the more he can get out on the court when the lights are on and play and get comfortable, he'll get better with all of it. Every part of his game, he'll get better.
Rick, Louisville is kind of, as a program, trying to get back to national prominence, if you will. When you first took over at Tennessee in those first 2 seasons, you did make the tournament. What did you kind of see as the key as finally turning the corner of being able to win a game like today?
Well, again, Pat's going to do a great job. There's no doubt. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been here, and everyone uses the word culture. Well, everybody has a culture, and that will be the hardest and first thing that he will get it. And it took us a couple years to get it where we wanted it. The game's changed from 10 years ago, though. There was no transfer portal back then. We decided that we were going to recruit guys to fit our system. We didn't care if they were 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. We didn't care. We went a long time without recruiting any quote-unquote 5-star players. And we believed in what we were trying to do. Coaching staff was all in on it. But the key is creating what your identity is going to be, the single biggest thing. And we have always tried from us, you go on the road, there's just like tonight. There came a time in that game where they, as we know, this is one of the great crowds in college basketball, and they were waiting just to blow the top off. And when we made some plays offensively, but still it got back to where we got stops. And that's the one thing that we said on nights when we don't shoot well, we've got to put ourselves in position to win every night, and the only way we can do that is defensively. And when we really got to that point, and it took a while. I think it's going to be even harder today with the portal because, as I mentioned, with Chaz, with Igor, who played today, we're asking them to do something at the level that they've never been asked to do, and they've only got a couple months to try to figure that out. And but they're older, so we expect them to be able to pick it up quicker. But it's a different game than it was 10 years ago in terms of how the recruiting goes with the portal and all that.
Last two, Ryan, and then Rick.
What did you learn about Chaz and Igor kind of playing in this type of environment for the first time?
Again, I thought Igor drive was a big play. I thought that was a big play for us. I thought his three was a big play. It came in flow. He's a guy that we know can shoot the ball. I mean, he's got a history of being a 38, 39% three-point shooter. He got in foul trouble early. Would have played more, obviously, than he did tonight. But Chaz, pretty cool guy, calm guy. You guys watch practice. I mean, he is the main target for me pretty much every day because I see what he can be. And I would say Igor, too. Both of those guys are guys that I know that, going back to the other question about getting them there quickly, coaches can never quit on their team. And you can't quit on players, even if they might frustrate you day in and day out by not picking up the little detailed things. But it's our job to stay after it because we're not going to ask them to do something they can't do. But we're proud of both of those guys. I mean, it's new, and they know that they're important. And we need them to grow quicker maybe than they might want to. But I can tell you they both care a lot. They really care about their teammates, and they both care about the game.
Rick, in what ways did you see your defense affect their offense?
Well, we're a physical team. I think that most teams we play against know that we're going to be physical, and that what that means is perimeter, trying to run through handoffs, people play out of zoom act, whatever they play out of. But we also have the ability to switch because we've got some guards that can guard. We've gotten pretty good at knowing how to do some kick out when we get a guard there, and if a post guy sees it, he can kick the guard back out. We felt one of the big keys today was perimeter defense. We thought that was really important because we're a heavy help team. We talk a lot about winning those one-on-one matchups on the ball, which is really hard to do because the guys can go with it. Transition defense was really important early. We really did a good job there because going back to what we've seen of their team right now, we knew we didn't want them to get much in transition. We wanted them to play against a set defense. We felt the same way. We didn't want to play against their set defense. We wanted to try to get some, and I thought both teams played really, really hard. But we felt our perimeter defense had to be good. We obviously would like to post the ball, but we knew we did. They were going to come hard after it, and not a lot of room down there. It's a lot easier to talk about posting it than it is to actually do it because, again, they're a well-coached team, and they had their plans. They stayed with it and missed shots. But, but we feel that even with our help defense, we can still guard the three-point line. And actually, we don't ever want to foul three-point shooter, which I think we maybe once or twice. I know we did once, maybe twice. But it's our defense was really what we talked about all week, getting ready to come in here. And we did a couple of things offensively, but mostly what we need to do to be our out-of-bounds defense is all that, just to be as disruptive as we possibly could without fouling, which we did foul too much. But we just try to be disruptive and try to force people out of what they really want to do, knowing, again, they'll end up most time in some kind of ball screen, which over time takes its toll on Zakai because he's normally the guy in it.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Anyone who needs Tennessee players will be